This hasn't been what have I have been all this forgetful. It wasn't being recorded. So today's session was,
So,
today's session has
Professor,
a large missing chunk, and people who are reviewing today's session will be missing the part that we have been talking about.
if you
Okay.
get if you do all those four classes like you were talking about, then like you get the your like finance degree or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You, if you are in the finance program, first of all, and do all the requirement, are you in financial management or FNB?
I'm in business, but I'm still taking.
Okay, so you are okay. There are two finance programs. One is, FIN, which is, financial management, which is an AS degree. Okay, associate of science in financial management, which is a transfer program. And FNB is in BEC, business management. So FNB is one specialization in business management, and business management BEC is a AAS program, applied uh, associate of applied science. Now, although AAS is not intended as transfer program. But if you all you need to do is take the ones, the courses that are in AS in business administration, and then you satisfied, if you have satisfied all the program requirements for AS in business administration, and that it will be just some additional courses. I mean, I don't understand why you're doing, if you're in business management,
No, I'm in business administration.
AAS program, then you are not required to take Math 301. But if you're taking Math 301, most likely you are in AS in business administration.
Yeah, I'm in business administration.
Yeah, AS in business. Good. Then if you're in AS in business administration, you do, and then uh, um, if you're taking all finance courses, then you are also getting, then you will have like a dual degree, because basically the common, what they call pathways, is the same thing. Pathways courses are the same thing. And for specialization, you do finance, all the finance courses, then you are satisfying both, business administration and AS in financial management. You're satisfying both programs, so then you can have both degrees. Okay. And then
Yeah, I want to
when you
do that.
transfer all of these, finance courses will transfer to uh, the corresponding courses in within CUNY system. Okay. And that's the reason, our finance 230, the reason what finance 100 is really not 100 level course is because this has to transfer to 4-year schools, principles of finance, which are actually 300 level course there. You look up Baruch's curriculum, their intro to finance or principles of finance is FIN 3000. Okay. And then that means to take this course, uh, the students will have to meet all the prerequisites in the first 2 years, right? And then they can take this course in their third year. But at BMCC, we don't have that luxury of time. Most people have their graduation timeline set at 2 years or 3 years. Then think about it. We cannot wait for this course, FMB 100, cannot wait for the students to have met all the prerequisites, because if they have to require that, then that, the students can only take this course in their like fourth semester.
Yeah, they won't graduate on time. I get it.
Exactly. So without those strict prerequisites, like Baruch, we allow these students to take this course, but then still the course has to be very strict and rigorous, mathematically as rigorous as what they do in Baruch.
So
Okay,
this class
all the finance courses at BMCC are basically set at the same level as the finance courses, and so our FNB 230 transfers to Baruch's FNB FIN 3610. Our FNB 300 investments transfer to Baruch's FNB FIN 3710 because we use the same textbook. We use the same, FNB 100 and 230. We don't use the same textbook as Baruch's, but FNB 300, we use the same textbook as Baruch and NYU Stern. Okay, so that's why 300 is a big jump from 100. FNB 230 is still it's corporate finance. Actually, our FNB 230 is titled Financial Management, but it is actually Baruch's Corporate Finance 1. Okay, so it transfers to Baruch's Corporate Finance 1, and FNB 100 transfers to Baruch's FIN 3000. So that's why it is not really 100 level course. Okay, you understand?
So what you're saying, this is what I'm trying to take from this, is that our courses are easier than their ones, so they transfer to lower classes in Baruch.
No. I'm not saying it's easier. It's not easier.
I mean, well, they transfer to lower credits in Baruch.
No. It doesn't transfer to a lower level class. It transfers exactly to the corresponding matching class, because our courses are even more rigorous than theirs.
Oh, so it's worth it for me to take all 4 of the classes over here and not wait for another school?
I say that again?
So it's worth it to take the finance classes over here because it'd be like equal.
Yeah. It's equivalent. It transfers as equivalent course in Baruch.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Okay. Also to CCNY or to any 4-year schools within CUNY system. And if it is the case, then it also transfers. Within CUNY, there's an articulation agreement, so it transfers without any friction. And it can also transfer to SUNY system, right, to equivalent courses. But then there's no articulation agreement, so you might need to prove you will have to make your case to prove that the course is equivalent. This course is equivalent to whatever their course is. You will need to it's basically a syllabus, what the syllabus is teaching, and if the and mainly prerequisites, if the prerequisites for these courses. But once again, prerequisites in Baruch, prerequisites for even finance this course 100 at Baruch, the prerequisite is even Math 209 statistics and Math 301 calculus. But we cannot have that. We cannot we cannot clearly define it as prerequisite for this course. As I said, if it is the case, then you will have this course can only be taken in your last third year or fourth semester. So we don't nail calculus and statistics as prerequisites, but by the time you are done with the program, because if you said you are in AS in business administration, then by the end of your program, you will have taken all the math. You will have taken statistics and calculus. Then it's the same thing. We just don't. In other words, we don't require those math courses to be in front of the in front of this course or ahead of this course, but you can take those math requirements simultaneously. But by the time you graduate, you will have met all those prerequisites, right? So there will be no problem. And then so let's say you are taking it to SUNY, and then in the syllabus, the topics covered are exactly pretty much like topics that they cover. And then they say, oh, but then the prerequisite, this on the syllabus, there's no the prerequisite doesn't say statistics and calculus. So you have a problem. It has a problem. You can, but then you can say, well, although the prerequisite is not stated there, but I have taken all statistics and calculus concurrently, right? Because the course didn't require it, but the program required it. So I took them concurrently with Finance 100, 230, and 300. So then you won't have any problem. And it will transfer. Okay, so that's how it works. All right.
You can get a degree in business administration and finance at the same time, right?
Yeah. If you have, because the other than the program or the major requirement, other than the major requirement, the other things like Gen Ed, the pathways, Gen Ed, right? You understand English 101, 201, Math 206,
Yeah.
Those things are all the same, like world, like world culture, global issues and world culture, U.S. society and U.S. experiences. Those categories, they are all the same. But make sure you take. I'm going to show you this. I mean, I'm this is not the time to do this, but since it came up. Okay.
I want to do a double major because a business administration degree is kind of like really general and broad. So
Yeah. I know. Let me. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the advisement I gave to some people. So this student is in FIN program, financial management. But look at the difference between FIN and AS in business administration are only this. Okay, and then think about it. Common core like English 101, 201, it's the same thing. Math 206, this math and quantitative reasoning, it's the same thing. Life and physical science, same thing. 3 credits in life and then flexible comment, world culture and global issues. Any 3 credits, it's the same thing. And U.S. experience and diversity. In finance, FIN program, there are many courses in the menu, but do only economics 201. Do economics 201, nothing else. Okay, all the other things in the menu are just nothing but rubbish. Okay, I mean what I'm saying is it's useless. It's useless for financial management. And for individual and society, you will see a lot of things in the menu. but choose only Economics 202. Okay, if you're doing anything else, it will be rubbish, useless for this financial management. And if you did already something else, for these categories, then you will need to take these courses additionally to satisfy this requirement. And then so the courses that you have already taken will have to move to fall through category, the courses that going to fall through. But speech 100 is common, creative expression is common. All these things, scientific, well, these things are common. You know, this what they call pathways courses. It's all common, right? Between AS in financial management and AS in business administration is all common. Okay, business administration used to be AA, but they changed it to AS. And then curriculum requirement. These things are common. Right?
Okay.
Whether you are, and then these things, that's different. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? So credits required and credits taken. I mean, this is the case of this student. Credits remaining.
What degree would you get if when you're done with like all 4 of the finance courses, like 100?
You get AS in financial management. AS in financial management. Yeah, and then when you transfer within CUNY system, most likely you will transfer to Baruch or to CCNY, and then you will continue. And then you can transfer and articulate to Baruch's finance major, right? And then if you transfer to CCNY, then you will articulate to BA in economics with concentration in finance. Okay, it's going to be like that. Now this student was already advised by me in the previous semester, I believe, but somehow she didn't really, stubbornly didn't stick to my advisement. So if she did only, equal 202 in this category, then she wouldn't have to waste, time. But she still has 18 credits left. I mean, if she had stuck to my advisement, she would have, much fewer classes left. But she did in these things like, when you I don't want to. Okay, so now if you go into degree works, you can see, there are categories, like, in the courses category. In these courses, they just pick anything that they want, regardless of what I suggested. They don't pick, economics 201 for this category. They just pick some rubbish, some useless thing, like, philosophy, or I'm not saying philosophy is a rubbish, but it's useless for this program. Or history, they pick history, and it's useless for this program. I advise to take only, and there's only 3 credits. There's only 3 credits allowed for this category. Then they waste these 3 credits in something useless. For this category, you need only this. Then if you're on financial aid, your financial aid pays for 3 credits in this category. Only 3 credits for this. Then why waste that 3 financial aid on something like history? You should use your financial aid that pays for 3 credits in this category. You should use it for equal 201. Also 3 credits. If you're on financial aid, it pays for 3 credits in this category. Then use it for equal 202. Not some rubbish like art history or something like that.
I know, but professor, like even when you're done with these 4 finance classes, you still have to take more classes to get your degree, or you wouldn't be over, wouldn't be finished.
No, no, no. As long as you have, what you need to do is other than finance courses, right? Other than these finance courses, uh, what you need to do are basically common. These things are no matter what you do. I mean, you said you are in business administration, and
Yeah,
in business administration, these are all also what you do in business administration, right?
yeah.
So as business administration major, and this is also common in business administration too. So you do basically all the common things. And because you're in business administration, you would also do something that is required in the business administration in the program electives. So you do that, and then in addition, you take these courses, right, which are required by the finance program, and then you can graduate with dual degree. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I want to do, but I mean, I gotta take these 4 courses, then I gotta take all of those other courses that you showed on top, or
Of course, no matter what, these things you must take.
uh,
Whether you are, because you have to complete 60 credits.
oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, I think I got it.
You understand?
'Cause you need to take, yeah, you need to get a certain amount of credits in the end.
Of course, you have to take 60, you have to complete 60 credits to get associate degree. And taking all these 60 credits to, when you transfer, all 60 credits to Baruch or CCNY or to any four-year school within CUNY system. And then you only need another 60 credits, right, from the four-year schools. And then, you complete 120. You need 120 credits for your bachelor's degree. Okay?
Well, so you need 60 more for your bachelor's.
Of course.
Okay, so just basically what you said is just take all the business courses and take all the finance courses and just fill it up with other random courses until you get to 60 credits for your associate's degree.
Not random courses. There will be courses required by the four-year programs. Okay? And since if you do, look, you complete your, basically assuming that you're completing your business administration degree, that will be 60 credits. And on top of that, you will need to do these, which are 13 credits, right? And then, so overall, you'll be doing 73 credits, right? And then you get dual degree from BMCC. You transfer to, let's say, finance program in Baruch. Then you won't need to do 60 credits there because you have done already 13 here in the finance, advanced finance courses. From there, you will need to do just 60 minus 13. You understand?
Yeah, I got it. So then if I go over credits over here, it'll transfer over there. So I don't have to.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Okay, got it.
And it would be easier to get higher grade, in these courses at BMCC because there's less competition here. I mean, I'm not saying less competition, but the competition isn't as fierce as the competition there. I mean, in other words, at Baruch, you will be competing with the people who have been screened already once. You understand?
Yeah.
And the competition among the people who have already been screened once would be more stiff than the competition here because so then think about it. The chances of getting a better grade will be higher here than chances of getting a better grade there.
One other thing I was saying is I'm transferring into Baruch. After you do your associate's degree, how would that work? You need to take a test to get in there, or would you need to do something, or you just be able to transfer in?
Well, you will. you will have to first, seek admission with your administration's office, and then because there's an articulation agreement between uh, uh, within CUNY system, especially with not there is a articulation clearly officially officially what should I say what's the word officially promulgated articulation agreement between Baruch and us, and between CCNY and us. You will you will need to through the during the admission process, you will need to you will need to file for application for transferring the credits, and then the credits and they will accept it. They will first evaluate it and accept it, and will go through. But articulation agreement means the evaluation will be like just a revolving door, right? They won't scrutinize it because the two institutions have already approved each other's courses. Okay, so the rest of it you will need to ask the admission office of Baruch. Okay, what are the specifics? So look, it's already almost 3 o'clock, and we haven't done anything about today's topic. So I just want to okay, see how many people. I see only how many people, like 5 people. And then let me check how many people are in today's forum. This is all 7 people. 7 people. Okay, so I don't think I don't think there is much I can do about today's topic, right? So let me just make sure. Let me just make sure if there's any further questions. Any further questions?
No, not really.
All right. So look, I couldn't there is barely only about 20 minutes. So we gotta make some. Okay. I don't want to waste any more time. So let me just because in our last class. We talked about the bond price quotations in the print media, right? So, and let me just make sure. Okay. Oh. Okay, I wasn't even recording the percentage of the face value. You understand? So think about it. 91 point. Okay. Okay. In the other names, it's not. Okay. So I guess I didn't. But what are the other names of face value? Can anyone tell me? Okay. So we talked about the price quote, how the bond prices are quoted in the print media. Prices are basically percentage of the face value, right? So this is not $91, it's 91.735% of the face value, which is 1,000. So it's $917.35. This is 97.5% 0.57% of the face value. And I told you, muni bonds have face value of 5,000, not 1,000. So 97.57% of 5,000 would be 4,800 whatever, right? So that's how it is. And then treasuries, treasury price is a little weird. First of all, bid and ask. They showed two prices, and bid and ask means, if you have bought anything on eBay, you would understand what bid and ask is. Bid is the price that the buyer is willing to pay, and ask is the price the seller wants to get. So then there's obviously there's a gap. There will be a gap between bid and ask. Of course, eventually one side will either side will have to the buyer will have to pay this price, either that or seller will have to accept this, but they don't there's all the trading is done by the broker, right? And in bond market, the dealers and dealer is not exactly the same thing as broker. Dealer can be the broker, but dealer is a bigger concept, right? Broker is really just in between, but the dealer is not only brokering, but the dealer is doing the trading for themselves. In other words, they are not trading for the third party, right? Brokers are brokering for the third party, right? But the dealers are actually investing themselves. So they are buying stocks, they are buying and selling stocks, buying and selling bonds, right? In their own, for their own account. Okay, dealers do, but the brokers are only executing the buy-sell orders for the third party, but the dealers are the ones who are actually engaging in the market, engaging in trading for themselves. So dealers actually, come into play here, and dealers, close the gap, and through that process, dealers make money from, brokering the deal. Okay, but the point is, bid and ask. They show two different bid and ask prices for the treasury, but look at the way the price is quoted. Now you understand the prices on the print media, the prices quoted are not dollar price, but the percentage. So that means, oh, that's 104%, 104. But what is that after 104? Is it colon 25? Yes, it's colon 25, not 0.25, colon 25. So what is 104 colon 25? Why is it not 104.25? 104.25 is easy, it's 104.25%, but this is 104%, and actually what this means is 25 over 32 of 1%, 25 over 32. So why is it so weird? Why does the Treasury, but this is the Treasury's system. This is how the Treasury is quoted. Very peculiar. Only Treasury uses 30-second system, right? So if you convert it into dollars, here's the thing. A bid of 104 colon 25 is $1,000, 104%, and 25 over 32 of 1%, right? Instead of decimal points, they use 30-second system. So all you need to do is $1,000 times 104, it's 104%, right? So 1.04, 1.04, right? Plus 1,000 times, so it's like this. This is crazy. So what you do is 1,000 times, open parenthesis, 1.04, right? 104%, plus 0.01, 1%, that's 1%, times 25 over 32. Make sense? Right? So this thing in the parenthesis is 1.047828125. So hit equal sign. It comes to $1,042.8125. Right? So in other words, this 25 over 32 is 25 over 32 of 1%, which is 0.01, right? So that's how you convert it. Okay. And by the same analogy or by the same method, right? Bid ask price is 1,048.1. The difference is not even $1. Difference is not even $1. But if you're, but the trading is done basically in even lots. Lot means, in case of stock, a lot is 100 shares. You don't just buy and sell. You don't trade just 3 shares or 7 shares or 17 shares. No, all the trading is done by a lot of 100 shares. One lot means 100 shares. So if you're only buying or selling 17 shares, then the broker will compile all the broker will gather together all these. These are called odd lots. Odd, right? 17 shares, 35 shares. These are called odd lots. If they are under 100, it's all called odd lots. So they pull these together. They pull these together and into an even lot, right? Even lot, and then the trading happens. So I'm not sure if the bonds are also traded in even lots, but most likely. So then think about it. If one lot is 100, then it will be total amount being changing hands will be about $100,000, and the difference will be $1. Difference will be about $100, right? 100, because if one lot is 100 bonds, right? A difference of $1 per bond will, and then if you're trading 10 lots, the difference is like $1,000, and that difference is the dealer's cut. Dealers make that dealer's cut, right? So anyway, the point is that's how the prices are quoted on print media. And the last column is yield. Ask yield here. They put it in the fifth column, but otherwise, corporate treasury and the municipal bonds yields are, and yield is what? Yield is another name for annualized return. So yield is different from the coupon interest. Coupon interest is literally the interest rate, right? Interest 7%, 4.5%, 2.75%. That's only the interest. But interest is not the return. Interest is only part of the return. Why? You remember from the topic 1, you learned that in the holding period return, you learned that the return is basically what is return, you know? Oh, look. What did you learn, you know? There's capital gains plus, right? Sum of all the cash flows, right? Over initial price, right? You remember that? And then capital gains is basically what? Capital gains is P at time n minus P at time 0, price at time 0, right? That's cap. And then sum of all the cash flows, right? Now, so remember, this is the price you paid for the bond. This is your initial investment, right? Price you paid for the bond. Initial investment. Okay, and this is the price of the bond at time n. So obviously the difference between, or you know, if you're selling the bond at selling this bond that you were holding at time n, this is the price you receive. This is the price you paid. Then that's called capital gains, isn't it right? And then that's the primary source of cash flow in, you know, in bond. Think about it. The bond was, you know, like $500 when you bought it, right? But when you sell it, you don't have to sell. I mean, you know, you can at maturity, at maturity, you submit it to the issuer of the bond, right? And you receive, they redeem their debt, and they pay you 1,000, which is the face value of the bond or the maturity value of the bond, right? And then that's the primary source of cash flow. And then interest, you received interest all that time, right? Interest. So that's the secondary source of cash flow. So this is the holding period return, and if you annualize it, you annualize the holding period return, and you know already what how it's geometric average, right? Geometric average, right? Which is, you know, annualized return.
Yeah.
Right? And then that's called also, another name for that is yield. Right? That's called yield. Right? So think about it. What this means is, you know, think about it. This corporate bond has, you know, a 7% coupon rate. Yield is 8.8. Right? Yield is slightly higher than this coupon rate. And the this muni bond has coupon rate of 4.5, yield is 4.66, so still slightly higher than. But look at the treasury. Coupon rate is 2.75, but how come the yield is so low? Or how come the yield is not even 1%? And look at the difference between the yield between the corporate bond and the treasury. The difference is almost tenfold. And why is it like that? And think about it. Um, in this, in case of, so now let's think about it. In case of corporate bond, right? You get, at maturity, you get 1,000, and you are paying currently. The bond price is like $917 something, right? That's what you pay. So there is a capital gain of what? How much? At least about $83 capital gain. Isn't that right? There's about $83 capital. And the bond still has 6 years left. And during this time, so you will receive the coupon rate is 7%. So each year you will receive $70 as interest. For 6 years, that's going to be $420, right? And think about it. So the holding period return will be, right? 83 plus 420, that would be like at least $500, right? $500. And then divided by 917. Holding period return will be more than 50%. And if you annualize it, it will come to something like 8.89. That makes sense. But then treasury, think about the treasury. This time, let's think about the treasury. Currently, at maturity, you will get 1,000. It's still the same thing. At maturity, you will get 1,000, right? But what is the price you are paying now? The price you are paying now is 1,047 something, right? So over the life of the bond, you have actually capital loss of about $47, right? So this treasury bond is a premium bond. You can tell because it's selling above its par value. And if you're holding it until maturity, there will be a capital loss of $47, right? And you have about 2 years left, and the interest coupon rate is 2.75. So you're getting just two annually, 2750. So for 2 years, you will get only about 50 something. 2750 will give you like $53, isn't that right? $55.
Yeah, that's right.
$55. So think about it. Minus 47 plus 55, it's barely about what, $8, right? In the numerator, you divide it by 1,047. The holding period return will be very low. And then you annualize it. What would you get? You will get something like this. Of course, you will get something like this. It goes without saying. You will get something like this. So that's what the yield is, right? So we are out of time. So we need to talk about the muni bond and tips. Originally, that was what we needed to talk about today, but the large chunk of time was, spent on something else. So please, we don't have many classes left. We have only like,
Yep.
one more week left or something like that. So I guess, we won't be interrupted by, those questions. I mean, you can ask those questions, during the office hour or in our last class. Anyway, so any more questions? Any more questions?
I'm good, Professor.
Okay, all right. How about the other people? I would assume there are no more questions. So have a great afternoon, everyone. I will see you guys on Tuesday.
All right.
Okay.
Next
All
week,
right.
Professor.
Stop. You too. Stop
And next
sharing.
class is in person, right? Sorry.
Yeah, Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Yep. See you.
righty. So yeah, I'll stop recording and sign out.